You are listening to Wicked Psychotherapists, a podcast where two psychotherapists show you that taking care of and learning about mental health doesn't have to be wicked hot.
Hey guys, this is Tanya.
Hi, this is Erin, and welcome to Wicked Psychotherapists.
Yeah, so we today have a movie to discuss that is maybe not our favorite, as we were talking about it before this, but we still think it's important to bring up the catalog of Adam's movies.
It's like we're historians. It's like we have to be. We still have to do the good and the bad.
Yeah, because it's, I guess, what makes him and everything. But this is kind of a strange one, right? Like, I kind of wasn't really expecting this movie. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I just wasn't expecting this. But yeah, I would say it's not one of my favorites, but I would also say that Adam Sandler, I think, saved this movie at least, or gave it some kind of staying power for me to keep watching it. I think that was probably a good point.
Yeah. I think so. It's now everyone's like wondering, what movie is it? What is this great, great movie?
So we're talking about this is not a well-known movie either. I don't think either one of us had known what it was, but we thought it was worth it. It was made in 1996. It's called Bulletproof, and I don't think it had much success at that point, and probably doesn't still now. But it was something that we watched, so we're gonna share that with you all.
How you even said it, it's like, and it's something that we want.
It took up about an hour and a half of our lives, so you're gonna hear about it. We both rented it, so
yeah, we paid for it
from Amazon.
we paid for it, so you're gonna listen and hear about
it. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I thought this was definitely a very different role for Adam Sandler. He is playing like a bad guy who steals cars. He's into crime. He has this partner. He calls him Rock, but his name is Jack, and he calls him Keats, but he's undercover. He's a cop, and his real name is like Jack Carter. But it just from the beginning was like they're stealing a car in the opening scene, and it just seems off because both of these, Jack Carter or Rock is played by Damon Wayans, and they're both really silly, funny guys, and so they just kind of don't really fit the part. Like, I don't know, they just really don't. But like I said, Adam makes it funny, and so I can kind of forgive that. But there was a lot of stuff that we were discussing that maybe was, and this was 30 years ago. This was the 90s of it all. There's a lot of things that maybe, being able to see in different resolutions and for TV.
So there probably wasn't a huge budget for this movie. That's what we also discovered, that maybe in 1996 they did not have, it wasn't a multi-million-dollar production.
Yeah, it definitely was. I would bet money on it. But it had with between Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler's characters, they had some chemistry. They were kind of like good friends until you realize that Damon Wayans' character Jack Rock, whatever his name is, that he's an undercover cop. He discovers that he is, and that he's going to arrest him. But Jack kind of, he wants to take him in himself because he wants to see him unharmed. Like, it sounds like he does really care about him. Like, he's not, until Adam Sandler's character Archie shoots him in the head. So that's not great. You know, that's probably
Oh
messed
no,
up their
you
friendship
just did
right
spoilers.
there. Yeah. I don't think anyone's watching this. So it's okay.
No.
If they haven't by
we could
now,
even do
I don't
play
think
by
anyone's watching it.
we could do play
Yeah.
by play for every second of this movie, and people would still be like, "What? What movie is
Yeah.
this?"
Yeah. Definitely was not one of the favorites. I mean, I don't know, maybe some people watched it and they sort of remember it,
Yeah.
but I think that's
Yeah.
why I'm kind of, adding in some more details, because it's kind of like you probably don't want to watch it, especially after our
Yeah.
review of it. We're not really talking it
Yeah.
out.
It was
yeah.
it was really I can't remember which one we did a few weeks ago that we were like, this one's cringy too. But this one was kind of there was sometimes I was like, I'm just gonna fast forward this because it's just like I don't even need the dialogue. I'm gonna just fast forward, skip. And it was I liked seeing how young Adam looked, and just I forgot that Billy Madison was the same year as this, and I thought this was like, oh, this must have been like one of his first movies, but I think we said like he did like 4 or 5 before this, so we can't use that as the excuse.
Yeah, we were kind of hoping that was it, like, but and I guess he wasn't very well known, like you were saying, that Damon Wayans was kind of the more popular person.
Yeah.
That's why he was the lead person in this.
Yeah, because I think that was the same. We were trying to decide or remember. I think it was the same time that In Living Color was super popular, so that's probably why he was definitely the lead. Like 96.
Right. Yeah, because they were still in the mid 90s, right? Like In Living Color.
Yeah.
I used to love that show.
I really liked In Living Color. I thought I liked it way more than I liked Saturday Night Live. It was, I don't know, it just seemed funnier. It was just really funny.
It was more like I don't know, their characters were more original, and they would like develop more characters, and they had was it the Fly Girls? The Fly Girls.
Yeah,
J-Lo
I was just gonna say they had the Fly Girls. Yeah, the J-Lo, and there was someone else, another famous person that was a Fly Girl. I can't remember who else, but yeah, J-Lo was one of the first Fly Girls.
Yeah, that was, I mean, because she was a dancer first, like she was always a dancer. She was good too. Like I remember, I mean, I obviously didn't know who she was then, but they showed clips when she first became famous, and I was like, oh yeah, she was really good. She was always the one that was like up front,
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that was a really, really good show. And of course with Jim Carrey and his goofy characters were on that too. So
yeah,
lots of famous people on it. Yeah, it was a good show. Yeah, so that makes sense that Damon Wayans was, the kind of front person or whatever, the main person in that. But he was, I mean, I think maybe because of his character, he kind of couldn't be as funny as he normally is. I think he is a pretty funny guy, like along with his brothers, but he's pretty funny, and he kind of couldn't do that, or maybe he was just kind of focused on being like the leading man kind of thing. So he didn't really bring any comic relief, but I felt like Adam Sandler did. I think he had some funny moments.
I wonder if Damon Wayans was also, maybe this was his trying to do something serious. You know how some comedic actors are like, okay, well, I'm going to try to branch out, because I just looked, and I guess In Living Color ended in 94. So then that was
okay.
So 95, 96, but it probably takes like a year or so to make a movie. So maybe he was trying to be like, okay, well, let me branch out and do something different. And, so and that seemed like to be the trend about that time, like the mid 90s, where there were like these police partner shows. Like you were saying like Bad Boys, and I was thinking Turner and Hooch. And like, there was like a lot of other
Die Hard. Yeah.
Die Hard. Like there was a lot of like Good Cop, Bad Cop, Partners, and other things that were happening. And even like Die Hard and stuff, it's like he was like a kind of a comedy actor or something at first, because wasn't Moonlighting kind of funny or something? I don't
Yep.
remember. Like,
Yeah.
so
I think it definitely had its funny, like it was kind of a like a I don't know, like a dramedy, I think, sort of.
yeah,
Yeah. I used to
yeah,
watch
because
that.
it
I
was
just can't remember.
yeah. I kind of remember it, but yeah, I just know Bruce Willis was in it, but yeah, so maybe Damon Wayans was like, okay, well, let me try to be like the serious person, or maybe that's how he was cast, and then Adam Sandler is the comic relief. So maybe that's why Damon wasn't really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. He was like maybe trying to change his image as like an actor, and um yeah, and I kind of got that sense about Adam, that he was a little lost in like what, because he had done Billy Madison and
Hmm.
Happy Gilmore, but I don't think they were like, he still wasn't as well known as Damon Wayans, and
Yeah.
I think he was trying to find, maybe like he was trying to be in like a different type of movie, like it was an action movie, but I think he just can't help but kind of throw in some of those comedic
Hmm.
things, like some of the sayings
Yeah.
and his it's just the way he acts. Um but yeah, I definitely thought he was it was strange for both of them, I think. Kind of a little bit of, and I know actors and comedians, they have to kind of they have to try out different things, maybe, and
Yeah.
so maybe after
Yeah.
that they were like, let's go in a different direction. Maybe
let's
this was the
never
movie that
speak of
turned them.
let's never speak of this again. Yeah, because it's
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, because I was
because yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, because I was looking, like, it looks like Damon Wayans has been in a lot of movies and
Yeah.
a lot of stuff, and yeah, he definitely had a variety of acting roles after and before that, like still some humor, and it seems like he did try to do a little bit more serious acting a little bit after that, like some funny, some like even like did like Lethal Weapon, a show, Lethal Weapon, and of course still funny stuff, like just I don't know, looks like he kind of stopped acting after a while. But I know he's like 65 now. So
Yeah, that's so crazy to me that he is that age,
yeah, because he
because
looked like he
I
was
still just
like
picture him as like 20, 20,
hmm
30, maybe.
yeah, and that's also like in the movie, it was like I think Adam was he had to be like 20 something in the movie. And he
Yeah,
looked
he
very
was
young,
young.
and Damon Wayans looked young too. He was probably like 30. But
Yeah. So they were both pretty young, and it is like we were talking about, with the Wayans brothers, the all like six of them, and I know they come from like a family of 9 altogether with the girls and everything, but they all have kids that their genetics are strong. Like you can't you I can mix them up a lot, because like they're kids, because I picture the Wayans brothers like in the 90s, and then I see their kids
right.
now and I'm like, "Oh,
Hmm.
that's got to be Damon or Marlon," or
Yeah.
and then it's like,
Yeah.
"Wait, that's their kid," because that's how old their
Yeah.
kid would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was like, because we were talking like on TV, there's like a show, Raid the Cage, and it's Damon Wayans Jr. is the host, and he looks just like Damon Wayans in this movie, because they look very similar. Like it's very
Mhm.
strong genetics.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I really could mix them up, like really, like side by side. I'm like, I still think they look pretty much the same, even though his dad is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
probably, 25, 30 years older than him, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that's yeah, and there's a lot of, I think, it's like we were talking about with the, being able to see present day with the resolution of our TVs now, you can see a lot of the, as you can with any movie that's like quote unquote
Hmm.
old, which is just like pre 2000, which is not old to us, but I guess to some it is old. But I don't like to think of it as that, because then, we have to think of other things, and I don't want to think about that. But
Yeah.
um yeah, that you can see a lot of, kind of mistakes, things that they had hoped would be, because of the
Yeah.
resolution, would kind of blur out. Like I was talking about how I could see the stunt double for Damon Wayans before he jumps out of the plane, and it just looked it looked like an older man. I was like, who is that? I clearly saw him. Whereas
they weren't even trying to hide it.
They weren't like, it was very much there. But I think with the old resolution of TV, like, you wouldn't, it was kind of like blurrier, or I don't know. I honestly can't even really picture it now because it's just been a while. But or maybe we just weren't as into seeing those things.
Yeah, I was thinking like some things, it seemed like they would cut it or be like, okay, they're jumping out of the plane, and then it's fuzzy. Then all of a sudden you see the person. where I think like they were just like zooming in, and it's like, oh no, we forgot to make the stunt double fuzzy.
Yeah, because they relied on the resolution that they were working with then to be like, nobody's going to notice that. But with the newer resolutions, you can clearly see it. And it's, that's why people were saying like 4K kind of, or I don't know, whatever HD, I don't know, whatever thing, resolution. I don't know about that stuff, like whatever newer,
whatever we have now,
television resolution. Yeah. It's like, it ruins older TV, but I think it's kind of interesting. I think it's kind of like, it's kind of funny to see. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of neat to see the difference, because then it's like, I don't know. It is funny too, because then you see like, not even this movie, but other movies, you notice like the lack of filtering too on like a lot of the actors. So you can actually see what they look like.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can see the like the fight sequences, and there's quite a few in this, when they're like fighting off the bad guys or whatever, or people getting
James
Caan's men. I can't remember his name.
But
the James Caan dude.
James Caan. Yeah, that's also something where I know James Caan was in another Adam Sandler movie that we watched recently, and we talked about like, James Caan was the Irish priest with like, ripping off his jacket and showing his guns. And then I noticed in this movie too, he's like, it feels like he was shirtless a lot in this movie. Like he just like with his tank top on. And so I was thinking,
he loves showing himself off.
Yeah. And I feel like he really likes seeing his arms or something. I don't know. It's
I mean, he was pretty ripped in his older age, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, older people, if you're listening to this, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, I really mean if you like know James Caan, or if you're just like a connoisseur of James Caan movies, like, was he kind of a sex symbol? Because I mean, he definitely seems to think of himself as that, but maybe that came from somewhere. Like maybe he was like, he was pretty cute, as like I saw a picture of him younger. He's pretty handsome,
really,
yeah. He was, and so maybe he just kind of always thinks of himself as that, because I don't know, he did so many movies. Maybe he just, kind of got used to being like, I'm the tough, handsome guy kind of thing, and like ripping off his shirt, showing his muscles. He was pretty ripped, and That's My Boy, when he, as the priest, like I was like, wow, he's in pretty good shape. Yeah. Wasn't expecting that, but yeah, he's but he I think he definitely adds to the movie just because he's James Caan. I don't know, he just is. So he's
just kind of a tough guy. Yeah, because it's a lot of people probably who didn't watch Godfather probably got exposed to him from Elf or stuff.
Yeah.
I was telling Tanya, I watched the show Las Vegas he was in, and I really liked that. But yeah, I think he's always like this tough guy or something.
Yeah, he definitely has that persona. That's probably just somewhere along the way somebody was like, hey, that really fits you, and he just kind of kept going with it. But I mean, he was born, I think, in New York and probably raised there, so he probably he just kind of had that accent, and kind of playing The Godfather, and it kind of just all came together. But yeah, some interesting people in the movie. We do have, as you pointed out, a couple of like kind of Adam classics, even though he didn't like produce or direct this. Some people that are like, typically there.
Yeah, I recognized a couple people, like the one guy who's in water boy, and he seems to be in every movie, like with like the lazy eye. He's in it, which I don't know if he really has that or if it's just how they portray him. And then there's somebody else who is in every single one of his movies, and I never know who he plays, but I always see him in the cast. Like I'm like,
yeah,
oh yeah,
he's always kind of like a random character, but you're like, he looks familiar, and it's always it's random.
So, and I feel like he's been in like every one of his movies, and I don't know who he is, or so
yeah. Maybe he just likes that. He's like, hey, I just like being in the background, kind of a mysterious character in Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and this movie was we were as we were saying, like the fight scenes, the resolution of the TV is kind of makes it for it kind of allows you to see all the mistakes and things like that, which can be kind of fun. It's not, I don't know, I don't necessarily hate that.
Yeah.
But it was interesting, I think, to watch that. But the plot was, kind of so and kind of ridiculous, kind of just, which is pretty on theme with the like 90s kind of partner cop movies. That fits in. Yeah, and then you see, Jack, or Damon Wayans' character, he feels betrayed by Adam Sandler's character. They both feel betrayed because, Jack was an undercover cop and then Adam shot him in the head. And I'm not laughing at that. It's just, it's so like, that is, I can't believe they could be friends again after that, even though I know it was an accident, but still. Yeah. And then Damon Wayans feels betrayed by it ends up being his girlfriend, the physical therapist, who's working with James Caan or whatever, and feeding him all the information.
Yeah. Which, going back to how, like the Damon Wayans character, I can't ever remember his name. He
it changes. It was Rock, and then it's Jack. Jack Carter.
Yeah, because Archie is Adam Sandler's person, but I felt like something was off with the physical therapist because, Jack is having physical therapy, and then all of a sudden they're like hugging, and it just seems so like, wait a minute, are there no lines? Is it, what about?
Apparently not with her.
Yeah. What about
she was okay with
Dr.
that.
Patient? Yeah. So, I was shocked, but not like, oh, gasp. But I was just like shocked that it was her. But then I was like, okay, then it was so cheesy. Like the fight scene, the like all of that, like everyone shooting, it was just so, I was like, oh my gosh, this had the potential of being good, but it was just like, I felt like it was just, I was watching a spoof of a spoof. Like it just felt very and it felt like it was supposed to be action, but it was just really bad. But there was the time, but then Archie and Jack, like they relied on each other, like, so maybe they really did have a friendship, because I know Jack's friendship with Archie, I felt like was important, because when they first were doing the bust, he was like, don't hurt Archie. Don't, whatever you do, don't shoot him, don't hurt him, and everyone's like, oh, you have a sweet spot for him. But I think they really were. They, after a year undercover, it's probably hard, like not to be friends or to develop something.
Yeah, like find something. And he kind of just, he would like repeat some things that Archie said and laugh at them. Like he just found him to be like a funny guy, and like kind of just, a loyal guy. And so I think he did. He liked him, and they, I think Archie obviously liked Jack too. He like trusted him with his whole life and didn't really know anything about him.
Right.
Yeah. And so I think that was, a big betrayal, but then they were able to come back together. And as James Caan is shooting at Damon Wayans' Jack, that Adam does actually take a bullet for him and kind of pushes him out of the way, because he kept saying, you said you would take a bullet for me. And so he he does, and so he kind of proves his loyalty back
Mhm.
from, shooting
Yeah.
him in the
Yeah.
beginning. But yeah, and so they, and there are a lot of cliches I feel like from those 90s partner cop movies that are, kind of like there's something just absolutely that breaks their friendship. It's like a friendship against all odds, like a
Mhm.
criminal and an undercover
Yeah.
cop. There's like the betrayal of someone you wouldn't expect, like the girlfriend, and
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
the bad guys like just kind of James Caan is kind of doesn't have the
Super
greatest plans, and
Yeah.
yeah, like he's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
He just doesn't
I
seem to really have much under control for being a big mobster guy or drug
I
dealer
was
guy.
I was almost expecting it to be so stereotypical 90s that all of a sudden Archie gets recruited to become a police officer. That's what I thought the ending was going to be.
That would have been very, very stereotypical. Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of thinking, I was like, yeah, I wonder if they're going to be like, oh, we have a role for you, or like, oh, you're like a permanent informant or something, and be like,
Yeah.
oh, everything's all good. Ha ha. Wasn't that funny, Captain, when I held the gun to your head? Like, and they're like best buds too now. And,
Yeah. All ending with
yeah.
a hug. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But then they end up both going to Mexico. I didn't even think of this. So is Jack, did he also run as well? Like he ran with
No,
Archie?
maybe he's just visiting. I don't know. Because
Huh.
I don't know. Because would he have to run from everyone? Like, because was he going to get
Well,
fired from his job?
I mean, he held a gun to, that's like a illegal, and he definitely would have at least lost his job. But then again, we're talking about this
90s.
ridiculous 90s setup. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was just visiting him, or maybe he decided to go with him and just give up his entire life just to
Be
go,
with
because they
Archie?
were that good of friends. Yeah. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
That's if anyone knows the answer to that and did like a deep dive on that,
Yeah.
we definitely didn't, but
Yeah, and how
just
quick
kind of
Archie
wondering.
became a bullfighter too. That was kind of like with no training.
Yeah. And then the girls are like not impressed by it. They're like, we don't like when the bull gets hurt. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh. Yeah. That's yeah, and like that's kind of it's a super dangerous thing to want to get involved with. I mean, he could have gone with pretty much anything else, but
Yeah,
he
but
wanted, I guess he wanted the glory of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty silly movie. I think Adam has some funny moments. He does have the theme of, like we've talked about with like peeing your pants. He does have that when they're after the plane crash, they're walking for miles to like,
He has to
try
go to
and
the
find a
bathroom.
place. And yeah, and he like pees on himself, and then he's like just keeps talking about how he's gonna pee on Damon Wayans, sorry, mixing up him and his brother. Damon Wayans, like on like just like, oh, I'm gonna have animals pee on you, and he's just like obsessed with it. He just keeps talking and running his mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of a little running theme. So there weren't many running themes, but there were some. There are some in there, some little golden nuggets. And when he gets mad, his like infamous like yelling, like how he's just calm and then he just goes to like like from 0 to 100. Yeah. But yeah, I this definitely wasn't one of my favorite movies, but it was an interesting time to see Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, maybe like I said, if I were to give it like a score out of 10, just my own personal opinion, it's like 4.5 or something,
Yeah.
It was pretty,
I think that's
pretty silly.
pretty generous scoring. I don't know. I think I would probably have to go a little bit lower, maybe 3.5. But it's funny because when you watch the trailer or the preview or whatever it was called back then, I don't know. I was like, oh my God, that's going to be so funny. And I think they showed us all the funniest parts at the preview or the trailer.
That's usually what they do. Yeah, they must have really been like, hey, let's just get whatever we can get that's funny here, and then they'll have already paid for it by that time, so whatever.
They're stuck. Yeah, just walk out.
Yeah.
You wonder how many people left the theater when they were watching it. But I mean, it was nice to see him, and I like our theme of Adam Sandler, and I hope everyone else does too. It's just we're still trying to find more movies of him, so we have a bunch planned. But this is good. It's like I said earlier, like almost like a historian. We have to do the good and bad. So we have to fully understand and appreciate him. And I don't know, like I know we always try to talk about like the psychological things with it too, but not really much. There's maybe friendship and betrayal, but I don't know, is bad acting one? I don't know.
Could be. We could definitely add that in there. Yeah. Yeah, that works. But yeah, I think that this was definitely, it was, if anything, it's maybe an interesting point to see where Adam is at, post Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore and Airheads, Conehead shakes the clown or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't understand how he is in both Coneheads and Airheads. So funny.
Yeah.
And and we will do Airheads sometime. I'm just cheap and I'm waiting to find it on streaming that I have, because I guess it bounces around because of all the music on it. It can't stay at one streaming place for too long. So I'm waiting, and once we get it, we might have to shift our something just to watch it, because it's
substitute in.
Yeah, because that, again, I know we mentioned Steve Buscemi in every episode, but he is in that, and I can't wait to see it. Again,
it's like they're the two main characters, so we're like, we gotta watch that.
Yeah.
I definitely have not seen that, and I don't know how long. I think I saw it and I don't remember it really at all. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, and Brendan Fraser. I can't wait to be able to watch it. But I looked for it the other day, and I'm like, it's still not showing on, because I look at Netflix, Prime, and I don't have Hulu, so I don't know.
Yeah, it'll at some point it'll pop up and be streaming, and we'll be able to watch it. So we may kind of change the schedule around, but you guys won't know that because we have the schedule.
We don't post it. We don't post it ahead.
Yeah. We just kind of plan it out and do our thing.
Yeah.
But this was a watch. It was definitely I'm not going to say interesting. It was just maybe I don't know, some time spent kind of adding to the Adam Chronicles. I guess that's what we can kind of put it down as. Historically.
It wasn't really a deep movie, so there wasn't really much to know about Archie, and there wasn't, except he seems very gullible and trusting,
and his mom is kind of likes to
pothead.
Partake in recreational substances.
Yeah, and I think Archie's desperate for friendship and acceptance.
Yeah, and I think Jack is probably, he's got a soft spot for Archie, and so maybe he's not as like tough and he's a good cop, but he's not as like tough and kind of just like, oh, these are all just scumbags, kind of these types of people. Instead, he kind of sees Archie for who he is, and he sees like a genuinely good person. So that's, kind of, you can see that about their characters, which is something.
Yeah.
That's and we know that there was a sequel to this, and we were laughing.
They didn't even try.
They really didn't. It's the same characters in the movie, like Jack and Archie, but it is replaced. Both Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans are replaced 100%. So
they didn't even try to get the people to look anything like them either. That's so ridiculous. And I guess that's also like kind of, it's like almost like a spoof of like, let's just let's just cast these people that maybe people would, if it's really fuzzy, you might be like, oh yeah, maybe that's them. I don't know. Or
yeah, they were like, yeah, people will forget, whatever. They won't know.
Yeah.
They won't know the
Yeah.
difference. But we did not watch that because we were kind of okay just seeing the first one.
Yeah. And I don't
we
think
didn't
that,
want to go
like,
beyond
some things
that.
don't need sequels.
Yeah.
And I think that's one that might not need a sequel.
I don't think so. Yeah, that definitely could have just been left alone. But maybe that was in the 90s too. Like there was everybody was making sequels, and so they were just like, "Hey, if we can make some money here, even if we replace the 2 lead actors, let's do it." Yeah. So,
I can't imagine what that movie looked like because the budget was probably even smaller.
Yeah. It got even like less of a rating than the first one, as you had find that it was like, I think 1 star, and I think it was more commonly for the first one it was like 2 stars or something. So that's pretty bad. It seems like, I mean, I doubt there's probably very few people who saw the second one. I don't think there's any diehard fans of Bulletproof.
No.
But I don't know. Maybe there are some listening. Tell us if you are. Maybe we're missing something.
Some people purposely watch super bad movies. So maybe there are some people who are like, oh my gosh, this has a cult following. What do you mean you don't love Bulletproof 1 and 2? They're the best movies. They're so funny to just sit and watch and talk about that you could see the stunt doubles, and you could do this, and it's that they're not wearing the same color shirt in one scene in the car, but they are in the other. Like there's probably so many different things that weren't caught.
Yeah, that's true. There are people who really, really get into that and just like watching that and like looking for, errors and continuity errors and things like that. But let us know. Maybe we're not seeing things right, or maybe you just like watching that, and that's totally cool. We're no harm in that. But and I was struggling thinking of a challenge question, but I think I'm gonna go with this one.
All right.
So as we were talking about the 90s genre of like partner cop movies, what is one, or maybe like, it doesn't have to be the first one, it can be like the series, because like we said, there's a lot of series of them. Which one kind of stands out to you? Which one do you like the most from that era?
I did like Bad Boys. I did like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. I had to think of his name for a second. I thought it was really funny, and I thought the Bad Boys 2 actually was good too. Not probably award worthy, but I thought they were really funny.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. They definitely had they played off of each other pretty well, and it was funny. I mean, it definitely was. And then there was like a whole action line that was pretty decent, and I could see that. Yeah. I think I would probably go with Die Hard, just because I really liked those movies back in the day, I just remember them being on TV a lot, so I probably watched them a lot, so that's the one that I really kind of sticks in my head. And
I wasn't even thinking about that. That actually was good too. I was just thinking cheesy comedy, but Die Hard was good.
There's some cheesiness in Die Hard. I mean, there's it's not like loaded like with lines. It, but yeah. So that is Bulletproof, which you probably never heard of and probably don't want to go and watch. But maybe you do. Maybe that kind of made you say like, hey, I want to go watch this and see this cheesiness.
And maybe you agree with us, maybe you don't. Like maybe you were like, oh my gosh, this is what made Adam Sandler such a great actor. And hone into his craft.
I mean, different strokes, different folks, right? I mean, I don't know. It's everyone has their own opinions. So yeah, let us know. We love to hear from you about this movie or anything around it. If you watch the sequel, I really want to hear your opinion.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, definitely.
Yeah. Curious about that. Let us know if there's anything we haven't covered, either Adam Sandler or otherwise, that you want us to cover. We're always looking for that feedback.
And
don't forget to follow us we're on all socials, including YouTube, if you want to see us with the visuals.
Yep.
You can see my lovely messy office. And
it's not well edited, but it is there.
It is there. We have placed it there for your enjoyment. It's hey, you know what? Yeah, it's there. But we'd love to hear from you, and if you help to write us a 5-star review, we'd be even more grateful. We really appreciate that. It helps us out a lot.
And I'm going to brag about us for a minute. I know we're not the biggest podcast out there, but for us, we got 5,000 downloads. We just got notification of that. So we're very excited. So
if we knew how to make the celebration things come down, we would do it. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We don't, I mean, I'm sure Erin, you probably do. I do not know how to do that. Like the little celebration thingies.
Yeah. And I don't on this. Sometimes it shows up sometimes when I'm doing session, like I'll get like a client will accidentally do a thumbs up or something. And show up I'm like, whoops. Like for them on their side. So that's always weird.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like if they're on their phone or something like that. Yeah, I get those
and
sometimes.
You're like, oh no.
And you see like you're talking to them, you see they're like actively having a conversation and like a laughing face, and you're like, what are they talking about?
Or
like,
balloons.
I'm having a conversation with them.
Or balloons will come up. That happened to me before, or stuff like that. And it's like, oh my gosh, how do you turn that off? But the joys of telehealth as a therapist. So fun.
That's our reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this, or whatever. You want to give us feedback. And don't forget, stay wicked.
And keep your mind well. All right, everyone. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.